it reminded me of a football team that ran the ball the whole first half and just kind of wore the defensive line out. They moved us around that first half with that Princeton offense and kind of didn't try to score until the last 12 seconds. And we came out dead on our feet. We just didn't have any juice, which meant we had a hard time guarding them. But we made enough plays to win the game, really. I mean, that's kind of how it's going to be for us. Like, you know, I hold them to a high standard, but I'm also realistic enough to know that it's going to be a teeth-pulling contest every day.
Does that change once the other guys get back?
I mean, to some extent, but, you know, look, I didn't really look at the stat sheet, but Mike Lewis played 39 minutes, Terrence Smith played 33, Renee 35, Eric Williams 30. Like, I'm not used to playing guys that many minutes, and so that's a problem. And then the other part is we're still not getting anything around the rim other than drives to the rim, which that's a problem as well because, you know, once you start playing better one-on-one defenders, that's going to limit what you can do at some point. You have to have a balance. You can't just drive everything. You have to be able to throw the ball inside at some point.
Is that about what you need out of Mike Lewis offensively?
Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought he got a little tired and probably cost himself some points on just cutting. You know, his cutting was a little lethargic at the end. But again, when you play 39 minutes and we're asking him to guard people as well, we got to get him more than 9 shots, but he's got to get himself more than 9. We have enough package in that if he cuts hard, he should get more than 9. And so we need to get that up to 15, 16, 17, 18 shots, at least at this point, because we can't score it inside, really.
Mike Taryn and Renee combined for 17 and 33. Given their own report, you know, the high minutes and a lot of time together, how, when the three of them are kind of back, how do they complement each other and how does that kind of space out the field?
Well, I thought the first half we did a really good job of sharing the ball. And that's kind of when we popped it open. I thought Renee made an unbelievable decision. He had Taryn on the left and he had Mike on the right after Mike had made a couple, and he held it and threw to Mike, which Taryn may not have liked, but he had just made 2 threes, and I thought that was an unbelievable decision. So those guys, those guys have played at a pretty high level. Taryn and Renee are playing really well. And you have to give those guys a lot of credit because it didn't come easy for them last year. It's a tough deal for them. You know, I thought Taryn did an unbelievable job of playing to his strength, right? He passed up probably 6, 7 jump shots to drive the ball to the rim, which I think is a smart decision for him. And I think those are things that other guys have to start to do. I thought we had a tough night from Eric Williams. You know, again, he did make 1 3. I thought he played a little bit better in the second half, and he did a good job on the backboards. But, you know, we got to stay away from the silly fouls. Like Titus played 10 minutes, and that kills us defensively. He's the best defender we have around the rim, although the first half he wasn't good at all, right? And that's a tough deal for us because he's the one guy, and really when they cut it to 5 or 6, he made a couple big blocks to change the game a little bit. But he keeps getting in foul trouble, and that's an issue.
Those silly fouls, are those mental errors? Are guys just getting too heated? Or?
No, it's mental toughness. You know, it's mental toughness, getting adjusted to college, not making high school plays. Could be fatigue, you know, just not used to the grind of college basketball. Or I could just be making excuses for him. He just has to get better.
Right.
You're off to a good start now, 2-0. You have the county game coming up with Robert Morris. How familiar are you with Andy Toole? Have you had a chance to talk to him since he took this job and kind of the way he coaches, his style of team, and the way Robert Morris teams to the people?
Well, I mean, I know college basketball, so obviously I saw him at the Coaches versus Cancer, and then we did the Pennsylvania Clinic together. So I saw him there, and I have a lot of respect for him. He was a big up-and-coming young guy. A little bit surprising that he's still here, you know, but they're going to play very hard. They're very similar to some of these teams, you know, not that big, but probably execute a little bit better than some of these other teams. I'm hoping they're dead tired on that West Coast, coming back to Pittsburgh. But it'll be every one of these games is going to be the same for us. Like, we just don't have enough pop on a consistent basis to kill anybody, right? So we're going to have to just play through the ebbs and flows and figure out how to win. So a lot of respect for Robert Morris, but it'll be a very similar game to these games.
The decision to start Eric Williams over Eric James, was that a reward for Saturday? Was that a challenge to Eric James to step up a little bit, combination? What do you look at it as?
No, I really don't play mind games. I just thought Eric Williams deserved to start after getting a double-double the game before. I told him if he practiced at a reasonable level that I would start him. I thought, quite frankly, I thought he played better than Eric James. So why fool around? So was he great tonight? No, but he does some good. He rebounds that thing, which is big, and he guards his guy pretty good overall. I think he's guarded a little bit better than Eric at this point, which is a little shocking. You know, I think Eric can play better defensively. That's probably been a little bit of a disappointment, but I'm going to put that on me. I have to do a better job with him. Listen, there's no reason he shouldn't be able to guard people. So a lot of times defense, one-on-one defense, is very similar to shooting the ball. You have to have confidence. And if you don't have confidence, then you're going to consistently get beat.